fucking just having fun today. Right, Jimmy?
Oh, definitely. Always a good day.
So the subject
Band's
now.
back together.
What now? The band is back together. Anyway, the subject today is obviously
Drugs.
Drugs. Give me drugs.
Where
Give
can
me
I get
drugs.
some?
Give me drugs. You know what that's from? Both of you guys are way too young.
No.
I want to know who can tell me what this is from. Give me drugs. Give me drugs. Give me drugs. Give me drugs. Give me drugs.
Holy
You got to be
shit.
an old motherfucker to know where that's from. I'm going to see.
Anyway, what we getting at is Lance Armstrong, as the unit said, you know what, I'm done. I'm done going to court. I'm done trying to clear my name. I've done this for way too long. That man has been in the court fighting people about his name and his drug use since the time he stopped riding the bike.
Absolutely.
And they said in this new court case they were going to have 11 riders. You are some bitch-ass ninjas.
At this point in time, it's got so old. It's like the fucking Mitchell report.
Just leave him alone.
Leave the fucking guy alone. You know what? The bottom line is let's say you've come after him a million times and you've always fallen short. You know, I don't recall any other cyclist they've ever fucking dug up in their ass so deep.
Floyd Landis. But he got busted quick.
Yeah,
He's never been exonerated.
Yeah, and Floyd Landis got busted. Lance Armstrong has come clean again. You know what? The bottom line is this. It's just like, I forgot who was back when he was doing the tour. He had a...
Greg LeMond.
It was the guy from Germany, John Zollrick.
Yeah, John Zollrick.
That was his biggest nemesis when he did the Tour de France. And you know what? That guy was like, Lance Armstrong is not doing anything else that any of us else are not doing.
It's,
you know what I'm saying?
Let's
a level playing field.
Let's be honest. It's one of the few sports where what Jimmy just said, I'm agreeing with him, where all of you are dirty.
Right.
It is the most heavily drug-used sport, or if that's what you want to call it,
Right.
in the world.
Right.
And you will talk to any cyclist. I mean, there's a guy who goes to our gym, and he was on the cycling team at Penn State, and he's like, without a doubt.
Yeah,
He's like,
it's
even
just-
at the collegiate level,
yeah.
he's like, without a doubt.
Right. I mean, it's, you know, and the thing is,
As long
it's
as
just like,
Jerry Sandusky didn't show up. And all
He is a
is
redhead.
good. When you said Penn State, I couldn't help it.
Yeah, you got a good point. Anyway, so obviously we decided we're going to do a show. I mean, there's been a lot of fallout with PEDs over the last.
Well, and I think
week.
George is right. It's like I swear, was it 2005 or 2006 that he finally got off that bike and when he won this last?
And he's been in the court ever since.
Right.
I mean,
fighting,
after a while,
fighting.
yeah.
And the thing that kills me is they said because you're declining to defend yourself, that's admission of guilt. It is.
You know what's funny? In my opinion, they're just a bunch of dumb fucking.
Aren't we
assholes.
taught just to walk away at some point?
Well, yeah, I mean,
if there's
after-
a bully
after
constantly going
years,
like this
it's
to
just
you,
like-
aren't
yeah.
we always telling people
Yeah,
to
that's a good
turn
point.
and walk away?
Well,
right.
And right now, the court system in the cycling thing, you're the bully.
Right.
And you've been picking on Lance Armstrong, and you've been hitting him.
Well-
and look, I don't give a fuck if he's the most heavily drug user in the world. I don't care.
Right.
Right. Well, and the other thing is to me, just as a, I mean, I'm not necessarily a cycling fan, but I mean,
Right.
I respect Lance Armstrong. I think that, what he was doing, he didn't do anything anybody else didn't. So to me, he was a winner.
Yeah.
And
Look-
he won numerous times.
Yeah, put in better testing protocol. I mean, it happened
Yeah.
7 years ago. I mean, you know what? It's like Major League Baseball. I'm sure there were a lot of Major League Baseball players back in the 70s that were jacked out of their mind, but nobody was really looking at it. They put a new protocol in. Now people are fucking like
Right.
Melky Cabrera, and who was the guy the other day?
And did you?
Yeah, that was him.
Roberto Colon.
Yeah.
Oh.
And did you notice? No, Bartolo.
Bartolo.
I said Roberto.
He's friends with Roberto Duran.
And did you notice that we're not even bringing up all the good that Lance Armstrong's done, especially for cancer, because we're separating the two, which a lot of people go, well, how can you got to feel kind of bad for a guy who's done so much. No, I don't.
And
As
that
an
was-
athlete, he's a fucking dirtball. As when he's not an athlete, he's not a dirtball.
That's the other part
Right.
of the story. I mean, what I was going to say is, he seems like a really good guy. I mean, a genuine person. What he did when he was playing, even if it was wrong, okay, you know what? That's a totally different
He's
thing.
an
But
athlete.
like
and
Jimmy said, I'm
everybody
going
wants
to
an
tell
edge.
you right now, cycling,
Yeah.
level playing.
It's a level
Yeah.
playing
They're all
field.
taking shit.
And just because, people, the other people
His
don't
body
like that, oh
reacted
well.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was able to get more out of his body on the juice than you were. Is that his problem? No.
Yeah, and what I don't understand is this. You know what? Look at what this guy did for your sport.
Right.
When you get these
Nobody
guys that-
even paid attention.
to it. Nobody here in the U.S. I mean,
And we still don't.
Yeah, I mean, but we did know Lance Armstrong was a great American hero.
Yeah, I
And
do watch
people-
the Tour de France, though.
Yeah, I never watched the fucking Tour de France in my fucking life until Lance Armstrong started being dominant. Then I'm like,
crazy.
I'm gonna watch it, and now it's the case for a lot of people, and I think these guys who are such superstars in their sport bring attention to the sport, and then these people attack them or
Well, because that's the way we are.
Yeah.
We build you up, then we tear you down, and we want to see if you're going to redeem yourself.
Well, I mean, let's face it. In our society, outside of sex, the one thing that sells is controversy.
Yeah, sex sells like shit. Crazy.
Yeah, it's number one.
Now,
for
if
sure.
you get some
one.
shitty sex, then it's really
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Well, now this brings us to the next question. Of all the organizations, NFL, NHL, MLB, NBA,
WNBA.
WNBA,
But it's an organization.
right? The IOC, obviously. Who do you think is putting the best protocols into play right now for PEDs?
It's got to be the NFL.
What about the UFC? Come on, man.
You said best.
Right.
You didn't say who's
Ask
going.
Alistair Overeem.
It's okay, buddy.
Yeah, just
We're all good here.
Remember what state you're in.
Yeah.
But
Nevada 6-1, guys. It's
you
got to
think-
be the NFL.
really?
Who's the last guy who got busted in the NFL for steroids? Cushing.
Cushing, but I'm going to go right up there, and I'm saying it's close between the NFL and Major League Baseball now, because Major League Baseball.
Oh, they're not fucking around.
They're not
Yeah,
fucking
they don't-
around.
yeah.
Dude, I bet it's like they have a body scanner, and you walk in, that thing goes. Dee, 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 dee,
I
dee,
would
dee.
have-
Roger Clemens broke that scanner.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. The 50-year-old is.
Yeah, he's
Now,
come back.
The,
Come back.
the funny thing about this is,
Hold on. just one second. You're 50. You're done playing sports.
right?
You're the Brett Favre of baseball. You
Right.
have to let shit go. You are a selfish, self-indulging fucking prick. You self-absorbed jackass.
Well,
Stop playing
Can I-
baseball.
hold on. No.
fucking dick.
If he wants to come play, we got a spot on our team, because if my man's 50 and still throwing 87, we can find a spot for him.
Yeah.
We'll
What
be
in-
champions for the next
is he
10
wanna-
years.
hold on a second. What is this about? Does he want to come back?
No, he's pitching in the minor leagues.
He's pitching in the minor league.
For who?
Some
the
team in
Skeeters.
Texas. Yeah.
The Skeeters.
I'm not kidding. I looked up their hat. It's a fucking bug.
Oh,
It looks like a
skeeter.
mosquito. It's a
Oh.
fucking skeeter.
Huh.
Oh shit! He's
I'm
throwing a
getting
West
a
Nile
hat.
curveball.
Wow, and
Yeah.
it is out there. They've had some West Nile issues.
And they asked him about, well, are you going to try to come back and pitch for the Astros if they get close in the playoffs? He's like, I've tried to retire 3 times. We've seen how that's turned out. So in other words, yes.
Wow.
He's 50, and he is a bloated fat fuck.
Now let's talk.
Still throwing
let's-
87.
You know what's funny? Let's take since we're on baseball and PEDs and everything. Let's move on over to where the Bay Area.
Oh,
Now,
Melky.
we've got
you mean
Melky.
Needle River?
Melky that plays in San Francisco.
It
He's
is
done.
bizarre that
And
it seems to be a San Francisco connection.
Bartolo Colon.
that plays in Oakland, right?
Gone.
And then we've got Balco Labs, which is located there.
And then do me another favor. Go take a look at the guy who's playing center field for the Oakland Athletics.
Right.
I think his name's like Cepeda.
Yeah.
This Cuban is huge.
Yeah.
He's
Let me tell you-
massive. And here's the other thing. Does anyone remember the jersey that Manny used to wear? Manny used to
Oh,
wear a
geez.
short sleeve baseball jersey
Yeah.
that came down to here.
Yeah.
There's another guy for Cleveland. His name's Travis Hafner.
Right.
His short sleeve jersey comes down
a
to
big
here.
guy.
Why? Why do you need a 6X baseball jersey?
Right. It's funny, man. I mean, it's kind of like I mean, it is. We'll say coincidental that both these guys are from the Bay Area. But let me tell you something. Let's say I'm the big guy that's fucking got a lab and I can beat the test.
Kevin's the scientist over there.
Well, but
Kevin White's the greatest
Why
scientist
don't
that
we
ever
do-
walked fucking.
why don't we do a
this
quick
side of the
history
fuck-
lesson?
Okay,
Real quick
go ahead.
history
Sure.
lesson. Mark McGuire, where'd he play?
Oakland.
Jose Canseco, where'd he play?
Oakland.
Jason Giambi, before he went to New York, where'd he play?
Oakland.
Barry Bonds?
San Francisco.
Just saying.
Melky.
Just saying.
Yeah,
Melky,
everybody-
Bartolo Colon.
Now, let me tell you something. If somebody says, if you're sitting back and you know your chemistry pretty well, and you could be somebody that's in the news, and I'm sitting back and I know my chemistry pretty well, and, you know, obviously a lot of people, birds of a feather flock together to some extent. I can sit back and go, yeah, George doesn't have this down. Maybe guys are going to start coming to me. You know what I mean? And I'm right down the street from you, because that's how shit works.
Yeah,
Well, you
Balco
guys
has a sign on the door.
Now-
you know.
now let me-
check 3 doors down.
right. I mean, it's like,
I'm just
We're not here now. We'll be back. But check.
I'm just going to throw this out there, and I want to see what you two
Victor
think.
Conti's a fucking legend. I'm going to
Dude,
tell you
he's a
that.
genius.
I love that guy.
He's a genius. Now, here's another thing. Ricky Henderson played on that team with Mark McGuire.
I saw Ricky Henderson at a bar in Baltimore one night, and I was fucking 250 pounds, and I was a big motherfucker. And I'm sitting there like this at the bar ordering a drink, and I'm sitting there with my fucking forearms that are all roped out, huge. And all of a sudden, I see this big hairy forearm lay beside me, and I'm like, who in the fucking bar's got a bigger forearm? And it was Ricky Henderson. The A's were in town playing the O's, and I was like, wow.
Well, because I'm just thinking, think about the record he broke. He broke a record that would take an extremely long time to
Oh,
break.
yeah.
Stolen bases and explosiveness and something that, you know, steroids would help you develop in your legs.
Yeah.
Now, here's where shit's really jacked up in George's life.
Okay.
What is the percentage chance that Oakland is in bed with some kind of chemical company that might be supplying them and their players with these drugs? What's the percentage chance?
I'd have to say 33%. What do you say, Jimmy?
I don't know. I mean, that's quite an accusation. I'm not sure
No,
about
I'm just-
that.
I'm-
I
but
mean,
There's a lot of crazier things.
Yeah,
in the
there
20s,
could
if
be.
you said the man was going to walk on the moon, people would look at you
yeah,
like you're
I would
batshit.
say maybe a 20% chance, 10 to 20.
I'm thinking closer to like 70. It's too much.
You heard it here first.
Yeah,
So when
on the Uncut Sports Show. Happy holidays.
I'm just thinking it's just way too much of a coincidence.
Right.
Either that or somebody directly
and-
related in the infrastructure of how the Oakland A's
Infrastructure.
works
And
has a backdoor.
What brought it to my attention was,
Backdoor
you know, I
in
didn't
the
even know
locker room.
I didn't say
Bartolo Colon
Pennsylvania.
was still playing.
Well,
I mean, because he's like, is he 40 or?
38,
I mean,
40 years
who?
old.
Bartolo. I didn't even know he was still playing.
He made his hay while pitching for the.
I mean,
Cleveland
Cabrera,
Yes.
what was he last year? He had the bag.
No one cares. Let's fuck him up.
Let me tell you, he
Cabrera.
will never see another major
No.
league pitch.
No.
So, he doesn't need to worry.
Well, on top of that, we've already discussed that he should be suspended for way more than 50 games. But
so
now
what's
let's talk about the big name. The
Okay.
big name where Skip, our favorite reporter Bayless, came
yes.
out and said that he thinks, looking at Derek Jeter, that he could possibly be on some kind of performance-enhancing drug.
Okay,
now,
before you say another word.
okay. No. No.
You think Derek's not on
No,
it?
I just
Under no
don't.
circumstances.
I don't.
yeah, I don't think so. I mean, he just.
And a lot of that is
It would
hope.
surprise me.
No, taking when your life is at hand. And look,
I'm putting my life in my
I
own
agree
hope.
with you.
I hope he's not.
I agree with you.
There's certain athletes, him,
like
Ken
Griffin?
Griffey Jr.
Yeah.
Like if it turns out, like think about it, if it turns out that Cal Ripken was on steroids,
Oh, wow.
people would be heartbroken, and I'm genuinely like that.
Probably
When
why
it
someone
comes to Ken-
kidnapped his mom because they knew.
Yeah,
and he
wow,
looks
that-
I'm
just
gonna
like
take your mom, man. You
He
can make
looks
fun.
just like his mother too.
does, yeah.
Just like his mother.
Right.
But
I
like
thought
if
it was
Ken
him.
Griffey Jr. or Derek Jeter or athletes who just appeared to be very good guys, I would be heartbroken.
Yeah.
It would hurt.
Yeah.
Now, do I understand Skip Bayless's point of view? 100%.
Yeah.
The man's
Now,
38 years
explain
old.
that.
He's leading the league in hits. He has more hits now than he's ever had in a single season. He's playing out of his mind.
Is that actually true? That's
Yeah.
what I.
2 years ago, they wanted him to retire and walk away from baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And these last 2 years have been the best 2 years of his career.
Wow.
And you're,
he
you're
didn't-
right. I mean, you have to question that.
And
But let's face it,
unfortunately-
who we're talking about. Skip Bayless is a lightning rod for controversy. I mean, if you look it up in the dictionary, he's right there. He makes off-the-wall statements because that's how he drives his own business.
Yeah, he
that's
sells on his
his
dad.
own self-marketing.
Right. Yeah, he does. I mean, he
So
does it. I mean, obviously,
we're not
he's-
exactly talking about a credible source here.
Right.
But you also have to understand that he's all about sensationalism. That's his role.
Right.
Now, and a lot like Dana White.
Right.
That's his role, to sensationalize things, to get people just the big word, polarizing.
Right.
Skip Bayless and Dana White are
Right.
very polarizing figures.
Oh, absolutely.
They put themselves out there for the
Absolutely.
shitstorm, and they
Yeah.
handle it well.
It's what sells for him. Skip Bayless,
Controversy.
that's what sells for
Yeah.
Skip.
And Skip Bayless is a genuine turd.
Yeah.
Now, I
can
don't
attest to that.
I do not think that Derek Jeter is on steroids. I just don't.
I agree with you. I don't think Derek Jeter's on steroids either. I think
Now,
he's just
is he
having
on
a good-
growth hormone?
I think so. I mean, you know, they don't got that. They don't have
No.
that down.
Let me tell you, I know what he is on. Hot women.
Oh yes.
Yeah, he is a hot one. And you know what he does? This smart. Is he married now?
No.
Yeah,
He broke
he's
that
smart.
one off.
Yeah, you got to trade up,
It's just
man.
too
Trade
much
up.
fucking nice
He looked
pussy
at how
out
much
there.
money's in his bank account and be like, this bitch that leaves me, she gets half.
Yeah.
No.
He might as well. I mean, he's
Prenup,
38,
bitches.
having the best season of his career. There's a lot of fucking
Oh, I'm
things out
sure.
there.
I'm sure he's having a lot of best.
He's
a
going to
lot
be
of
tapping the
fronts.
Yeah.
keg all
What,
the time.
hey, what if it turns out he's like Tiger,
Oh.
just sitting in the corner
Hey.
doing dirty shit?
Oh, hey,
At least
speak-
he's not married.
If that's making him happy.
Speaking of that, I saw Tiger put the quote-unquote love nest up for sale, a condo that he had out in California.
Did he?
Yes, it's up for sale.
Dude, I'd like to
Speaking of Tiger,
Hey, how would you like to go through that one with a black light?
Oh, geez.
Fucking, you will find fluids in very
Ew.
strange places.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
Fucking puddle on the
Right.
ceiling.
Oh. But anyway, speaking of PEDs, Tiger Woods and stuff like this.
You got some?
No. But he obviously isn't seeing that doctor anymore in Canada. He's broke off his relationships with him.
Yeah.
His, not relationship,
Any-
but his
Like he couldn't
relationship.
find another. Like there's none in Florida. I mean, we driving around here have a fucking commercial every other 10 minutes. Are you 30? Do you not feel
Yeah,
young? Are you
andro
losing
gel
your
all the
hair?
time, yeah.
Does your dick not work like it used to?
Let me tell you something. I'm all for guys taking, and this, see, people, I think when you look at growth hormone in contrast to steroids are just immediate strength gains. What?
You know what I'm getting ready to say.
Oh, yeah. Immediate strength gains and everything like this. growth hormone has a more of a healing factor. You know, I can understand that. I think
It's a regeneration.
right. It's not going to fucking make you fucking strong and all this shit. But anyway, George, I know what you're getting at because it's fucking a retard who said this. I know that's not politically correct, but it slips out every once in a while.
Full-blown retard. Hill, I think it was Hill, or no, it was Adnan Burke and the coach. Anyway, Jonathan Coachman has a show where he's run second fiddle on ESPN.
Right.
And I'm driving home, and he said, not Coachman, but the other guy, and I can't remember his name for the life of me, said one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Said Melky Cabrera wasn't taking the hardcore steroids. He was just taking test.
Just taking tests. Do
Now-
you know everything else is derived from tests for the most part?
Thank you. Because I'm pretty sure when I hit 14, it wasn't my DECA levels that kicked up. It wasn't my Anadrol levels that kicked up.
No.
I didn't get fucking spiked with D-ball
No.
or any of the other things you use to supplement.
Balasterone.
Yeah.
That shit was the fucking shiznick. Anyway, but
It's test.
right, tests.
Testosterone
Everybody
is the
took test.
king.
Yeah,
it
right.
is like it's the fucking whole umbrella.
And
It's
guys
that,
are
and then
pumping
everything else-
loads of it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know where he came with that.
And
statement.
and for the asshole who wanted me to go and explain to you what testosterone did, and you get all pissy when I told you to go read, I'm assuming it's because you can't read, you uneducated motherfucker. So go eat a dick. Dude got all pissy.
What kind of dick?
Jimmy's.
All right, Jimmy.
He'll be eating a long time then.
No, because. Look, here's the way this shit works. If you want to learn about something, go figure it out for yourself. And then
We
come
lost
back with
Kevin
questions.
temporarily.
Because that's how I had to learn about it.
Oh, I lost it, huh?
That's how I had to learn about it.
What,
I was
about
in the
eating Jimmy's dick?
No, all about it.
Because obviously you'd still be
Man,
eating.
let me tell you, it's not even getting late here. Jesus Christ. Wow.
Anyway,
Whew.
that's our steroid episode.
Yes, we're fucking out of
And
here.
there'll be many more to come because obviously it's still a growing problem,
Yeah.
unlike Jimmy's dick.
Oh,
Peace.
Jesus.